Hey everybody, and welcome back to Through the Veil. And how do I put this? Not entirely certain how I'm going to classify this, because this is technically still part of the Adam and Alice prequel story, but it's a different arc with different characters entirely. So that being said, I probably am just going to call it the Interval of the Fates arc, because that's essentially what it is, just for a few episodes, and then we will be back with Alice and Adam for the finale of that. But anyway, guys, hopefully you are doing well. I'm very excited to jump into this. I've had a ton of fun playing through this, so yeah, enjoy, because really I got nothing else to say. A few days earlier, during a particularly sweltering day in Oasis Springs, Evangeline Fate was going about her normal day. Well, as normal as spellcaster's day could be, she supposed. She usually spent her mornings and days working in her greenhouse, putting together flower bouquets. There were so many new skills and so little time. But time was something she tended to have a lot of, so she loved to fill her time accordingly. She tended to her plants, chatted with her new scarecrow, sold excess collectibles, did a spot of baking for the nursing home just down the street, texted some friends, all the while checking in on one particularly troubling text thread. "Hey Alice, I haven't heard from you lately. How are you doing? Is everything alright? Hey, checking in on you. Everything okay? Alice? Breathing check? Alice?" It wasn't like Evie to spam people, certainly not over text. But it was unlike any of her usual texting friends to leave her on read either, particularly Alice. It was troubling. She had a bad feeling about it. Of course, she had been around. She knew what hid within Adam's thorny heart. How could she not? The very air whispered his true nature any time she was in his midst. But Alice wouldn't listen. She would need hard evidence, and the troubling matter was there simply wasn't any. Nothing she could get so easily without fabrication or alchemy. And Evangeline Fate would not stoop that low. No, that would not do. So she had to stay back, stay within her confines and the magical laws, and allow Alice to make her own path, hoping she would make the right choice. She had given Adam the warning, and that was as far as she could go without breaking some serious rules. The rest was up to Alice now. At least until the vision overtook her. It happened so suddenly. Normally she had warning, could get to a couch or a bed and let the sight consume her senses, but this time she was out cold. She was in the magic realm concocting a potion for another caster when the sight hit. It was all she could do to back away from the boiling liquid before her body unwillingly collapsed onto the cold, humming stone under the fairy lights above and amidst the growing, concerned crowd. The vision took her through a variety of scenes, and in each one she felt her heart twist, threatening to shatter. She felt Alice's emotional turmoil like it was her very own. The growing resentment for her career, the way Alice felt trapped within the confines of her apartment, the city, Adam. Adam's comments were chipping away at Alice's normally cheery demeanor, and what was once a beautiful young love was slowly being ripped apart by his true nature. The catalyst of Alice's heartache, a new source of growing resentment and pain. The new life growing inside of her. Evie's chest tightened as Alice's sobs filled her mind. Her friend hated the innocent little one who was not yet born. A precious life that sprouted out of a bad relationship doomed to fail from the start. It was clear as a sunny day that Alice felt stuck. She was clawing for an escape from this life, but she saw no way out. She didn't know how to get away. Evie had a sinking suspicion that Alice didn't have the confidence to do it. Didn't believe in herself or the strength she possessed. But it was what the vision showed Evie next that had fear stopping her heart from beating. Adam's growing anger, lust, a deadly shift inside of him. An evil seed that had only just begun to bloom. And Alice was to be his first victim. No. Please no. He took her phone away. He ordered her around. She tried to get away. He pushed. She fell into the glass table and crashed to the ground. No. She wasn't getting up. Evie begged her to, screaming even though she felt the fingers of the past pulling her away. Adam dragged her over to the couch, situating her to look as though she was just sleeping. A sick, twisted half-smile on his face at the blood marring her angelic face. I'm sorry, baby doll. I am so sorry. But you can't leave me. Neither of you are leaving me. Then he just left her, going to the bedroom. And all Evie could do was stare at her friend's shoulders slowly rising and falling in unconscious breathing. Oh, Alice. What trouble have you found yourself in? When the vision released her, Evie knew she had to do something. She couldn't let Alice know how she knew. And Evie wasn't even really sure what she was going to do. But she had to do something. She had warned Adam. He clearly had crossed that line. Alice's pain. And the baby. Evie's chest heaved at the thought of anything happening because of that. No. No. Alice and her baby were in danger. Adam had crossed the line she had drawn in the sand. She clearly had to do something. But what? She went home ruminating on the large problem at hand. What do I do, Liliana? I cannot reveal my true nature to her. The integrity of the veil must be preserved. But I cannot sit idly by and allow this to go on. Her familiar fluttered above her head. I know not, Evangeline. But you cannot reveal yourself. The elders are already irate enough with your slip-up before as it is. Evie groaned, pacing in the empty room in her tower. I know. It was stupid, but I was so angry. But I do not have control of the untamed, not like my sister. Let us not forget your sister is in trouble for unsanctioned magic on the daily, Liliana advised. I know, and I spend so much of my time and energy fixing what she destroys. But this... Alice must get away from him, Liliana. I must have her come stay with me, if just for a while. I can hide my true nature while she is here, and I can ward her from him. A picture began to form in her mind. A simple bedroom setup. Soft, cozy, inviting, safe. She just had to summon it, create it. And how will you convince her to run away with you? Her entire life is there, and she is clearly beholden to him. Warmth spread to her fingertips, light sparks flaking from her skin as she summoned on her power, that of the bountiful light, a well of therming powers she was lucky to be part of. It bent to her beckoning will with ease, teasing her nose and wrapping around her shoulders like that of a warm shawl. I am not sure, but I believe she wants to get away. It will be Adam who is the problem. Yes, he will look for her, Evangeline. Wards will not be enough. In the old days, Liliana sighed. In the old days, we spellcasters did too much, Evie reminisced softly, releasing the spell and watching the room in front of her turn into the picture she had created. We did too much with magic, and the mundane commoners hunted us for it. It was a bloody battle. I remember my history lessons. So long as you remember why history must not repeat itself, and how precious of a gift the veil truly is, her familiar counseled, tutting in appreciation at the simple bedroom in front of her caster. This is a very nice, cozy bedroom, Evangeline. You have grown in your conjuration abilities. Well done! I just hope Alice likes it. Evie yawned, feeling the magic drain, replaced with the sparks of errant energy that always came after a large spell. Yes, speaking of Alice. Adam, what shall you do? The mundane police will not listen, and you are not part of a coven who could help. Well, about that, I do know someone who might help. Evie winced. Liliana was silent for a moment, feeling Evie's discomfort. You mean Felicity? Her following tuts were of distaste. Are you sure you wish to get your sister's involvement in this affair, Evangeline? You two are not exactly on the best of terms. The cost will be rather high, if she will listen to you at all. Evie closed her eyes, thinking on her twin sister. I have to try. She would certainly be able to handle Adam, and she can be discreet when she wants to be. As for the cost, I will cross that bridge when I get to it. She had to try. She and Felicity may be polar opposites, and Felicity may not care much, if at all, about mundanes and their problems. But surely there was a little bit of good somewhere in her sister's cold heart. Surely. Alrighty, guys. That is going to be it for this episode of Through the Veil. Yeah, that was Evie Fate. I love her to bits and pieces. Truly, I love both of my Fate sisters. Then again, I really like all of my Sims and the save, except for maybe Adam. But yeah, what do we think? Yeah, what do we think of Evie and the vision, and how do we think this talk with this mysterious twin sister Felicity, how do we think that's gonna go? Gonna have to find out next time. Technically, actually, in 2 episodes. 2 episodes. Yes. But yeah, I had so much fun playing these two and getting them a bit situated, a bit more, a little bit of backstory on these sisters. Actually, I did a Halloween creative sim thing so long ago. What was it, 2016 something? It was well before we got any sort of spellcaster update or the magic realm or that pack period. Like, it wasn't even a whisper on the wind. It didn't have a code name, probably. Like, it was so far past. But I created a save called Fate Spell, and actually a lot of the Sims in this save file that I'm playing now came from that save file. Like Tristan McCain, he came from it. Callan Waldron, I don't know if you guys have been following along or not, but yeah, all of them came from the Fate Spell save file. And I really made it with the intention of having casters, but these two sisters, I was kind of making do with like the weather machine and everything else because of their shenanigans, and I'll kind of explain a little bit as we get going a little bit more. But I have been waiting for so long to be able to play these two properly as spellcasters and just play out their day-to-day lives and their shenanigans. That's what I really like about this save file that I'm working on and cultivating and stuff, is that I really do try to take it day to day. Every week, you know, like let's take Evie for instance, right? She's a good person at heart. She's got the good trait. So she goes and she volunteers. I have her bake and take things to people. She wants to open a flower bouquet shop and, like, you know, sell like honey and just stuff like that. It's just a cute little shop on her street. You know, but she's also a caster, so she's got caster things that she does. And then she's got this little feud, I suppose you could say. Really, it's not a feud. But she does clean up what her sister destroys. So it's really fun for me to be able to play the day-to-day and do a story sometimes, do some gameplay, you know, and just not too much story. You know, yeah, I'm thinking after, once we get this prequel story arc over and I get them where I want them to be, Alice and Adam, that is, I think what I might do is play a bit and do some recording and like maybe go play another household that needs to be set up and just play through the setup and whatnot. But yeah, point is, it's been really special for me to be able to play these guys just the way that they were meant to be from so long ago. And I can't tell you just how happy I am to be able to do that and to be able to share this. And, you know, I had this idea that I'm now playing through, and it's only because Alice met Evie and they were having, you know, they hit it off really well. And then suddenly Alice is surrounded by a lot of people that are like Evie. And I'll let you kind of guess who they are. And it really started forming a idea in my mind that maybe this was Alice's way out instead of what I originally intended. And I just love that, and I love that it included the Fate sisters. So yeah. Anyway, I will stop rambling now. I know it's a bit of a longer episode. I'm just so happy and excited. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. This story, these Sims especially are very near and dear to my heart. And I think their old video, the video of me creating them, is still floating around somewhere on my channel. So I'm so happy to be able to like reintroduce them in the way that they were meant to be. And I love that. I love that so much. But anyway, guys, that is going to be it for me. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. Happy Monday. And Felicity and I will see you next week, maybe. I'm not assuming nothing. Just saying. Anyway, have a good one, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Bye.